Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Monday. Personal shout out to my Aunt Joyce, who just turned 90 today. And we're on self-love lesson number 16 of 30. We are on the second half of this interesting adventure. I think the first half went pretty well. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but I had a lot of eye-opening things happening. So, and I think I really kind of unlocked some doors for myself with those lessons. So I'm going to start with the affirmators deck. For anybody that might be wondering why I went on early, because it's my aunt's birthday, as you can see from the background being a little different. I am currently not home, and I'm in the mountains, and I have to go down the mountain. Hello, sibling. Sorry. There she is. Special sneak peek, special guest star with her wet hair. So anyways, I have to be down the mountain, so I do apologize for the early start for those of you that do pop on live. So anyways, let's start with the affirmators deck. This one we have, let's see, I brought 3 cards. I did not look at them. No scorekeeping. No scorekeeping. Whoops, I'm a little closer than I'm used to being. So good morning, baby sibling. I cut ties with past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenets, tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. So there you go. Kick it out, boot it, tell it bye-bye. See ya, we're breaking up. So if you have past conflicts or you have past things that just keep trying to come up and just kind of blindside you, it is time to cut the cord. It is time to cut the cord. I know it can be hard. I know you might still be healing from things, and that's fine, because part of the healing journey is learning how to cut these cords that, you know, do try to sneak up on us, that do try to tell us, hi, here I am, see me. And sometimes that can be like the ex whoever, right? Who you're just like, seriously? I thought this was over. So you just really kind of have to make that choice for yourself when you are ready. So again, no scorekeeping. All right. And I'm trying to see if any of these are a T-Rex with tiny little arms. So I cut ties with past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenets, tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. Hit the road, Jack, because you are done. You are done. So there you go. No scorekeeping. Just cut the ties of the conflicts and do your best to let it go. If it keeps coming up, that means it's still something that needs to be healed. And that's okay. A lot of times, something I noticed on my own personal journey is that there are going to be times when things just constantly cycle back through your life and you're like, why is this coming up? I thought I healed it. Well, some things are so big. Some conflicts or whatever it is that we've had to deal with can be so big that it's like peeling an onion. It's a layer. You have to do it layer by layer. So there are going to be times, but as you go along, if you notice, like say maybe you are keeping score, right? And something comes up and you're like, oh my God, this is like the 10th time this has happened. But how does it feel? You know, before you were trying to run from it, right? This time you're like, seriously, again? So your mindset is changing because you are changing and you're healing this and you're allowing it to not have a home any longer in your head. You're allowing tolerance and equanimity to live in your head. You know, so don't, excuse me, don't let the bad thoughts live rent free in your head. Kick them out. Give them their stuff and kick them out. All right. So I apologize. And I don't have my water near me. So let's move into self-love lesson number 16. Again, we're on the second half of self-love. You know, I didn't want to bring a lot of books because I was traveling. So I brought this is my journal. This is the journal I write in all the time. You can see the tabs and stuff because I'm weird that way. Sometimes I think I have journal OCD. I even do little affirmations and stuff in the morning, so I made a little pocket for them. But anyways, when I opened the book, this right here is the first thing I saw. So what I'm going to read the self-love lesson, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this thing afterwards. And I apologize if there's any noise in the background. So lesson number 16. What is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself? Ooh. Oh, I like that, because what I'm about to read you after this will go perfectly with this. What is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself? For anybody that might be new, I share my own personal experiences as they come up in my head, because I want people to be honest when you're doing these, when you're answering these questions. I mean, you can say, oh, gave myself a massage. And, for some people that may be the biggest thing. But when you're struggling with self-love and you're struggling with a lot of different things, it could actually be something very different, something deeper. So I also ask you, when you ask yourself this question, ask yourself why. Why is this your answer? So again, what is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself? The most loving thing I've ever done for myself is my healing journey. And my why is because I was just existing before this. I mean, I was living, I was happy. I thought I was living, and I thought I was happy because I was just kind of like, yeah, but I had all these things that kept coming up every so often, which made my depression, because I have a dinged up mental health, which made it so much worse than it had to be, because these were things I needed to heal. These were things that were just like I said, they creep up on you and you think, oh my God, again, but I kept running from it. And so one day, and this was actually after my mom had passed away, I felt so broken. I felt so damaged. And I don't remember what the conversation was, but I had had a conversation with older sibling earlier in the day, and then baby sibling had called to see how I was doing. And this is a couple months later, this is several months later, and all of a sudden, it just felt like I was being shot out of a cannon. Like 6 months after my mom died, I felt like I was being shot out of a cannon. And yeah, it's taken me that long to get through my healing journey, because for the first, I would say, for the first half of this journey, if not more, I would probably say for the big part of this journey, I was running from everything. I would heal things little by little, but then I'd just be like, nope, don't want to deal with it, because I thought I was better. I thought, oh, I handled that and I'm moving on. I didn't realize that things come back to be healed in layers if they're super duper big and they're super duper deep. And some of these things had roots so deep inside of me, I had no idea. So I wasn't cutting it off at the root. I was just cutting it off at the top, right? And so what happens? It keeps growing and it comes back. And then you have to keep dealing with it until you pull it out by the root. And that was the hardest thing for me to do. Because, even when you have support around you and you have people to talk to and bounce things off of and ask yes or no questions to, annoyingly ask yes and no questions to, and, just randomly talk during a movie or a TV show because something hits your head that needs to be healed, it's still you, ultimately, that has to fix this, that has to push yourself through. And I know a lot of people don't want to use the word fix it, but I had to fix it. I had to do some heavy gardening in my soul garden, because there were so many different things that were just, there were so many things that just kept popping up and popping up and popping up like weeds, not the good kind of weeds, not the fun kind of weeds that are such pretty flowers, but the ones that strangle and hurt everything around it. So I see comments coming in, and I apologize because I didn't see it before. Good morning, baby bear. And baby sibling, I am so great. I'm so glad that you had some major validation on that card. Michelle, I will read it after because we're in the self-love lesson now, but I always start with a card for self-love lessons. So again, self-love lesson number 16, what is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself? And again, it was to not stop running from my pain and face it and fight it and be the warrior that I know I am on the inside. So, it's not always easy. It's very, very hard. And for some people, maybe it's not that hard. I'm not trying to make it sound scary. I'm not trying to say, oh God, you're going to feel like you've been raked over the coals and this, that, and the other on your healing journey. But you know what? You might feel that way. And it's going to fucking suck. But you know what? It's worth it when you come out the other end. And, excuse me, there were times when I wanted to quit. There were times when I was just like, nope, I'm done. I'm out of here. And then I would kind of catch my bearings and be like, okay. And that's why it took me so long to get through this healing journey, because I did quit on myself so many times. I did say, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't have the strength to do this anymore. And then all of a sudden I would start journaling again and, or start writing again, or I'd get a swift kick in the butt from either baby sibling or older sibling saying, seriously, you have a long way to go. Not in those words. They were a lot nicer about it. But, it's been a hell of a ride. It has been a hell of a ride. And I think the hardest part is realizing that I'm still sitting in the vehicle and that, I need to get out because the ride is over. The ride is over. The roller coaster is over. The being shot out of a cannon is done. And I'm sure there will be triggers along the way, but I have learned the tools now to handle them. Even if I don't handle them well, my episodes of depression and spiraling do not last as long as they used to. And when I know they go longer than a certain time than I am used to, I know there's something else that probably needs to be healed. But all the big stuff is done. All the big stuff is finished. And I am so, so grateful for that. So that was self-love lesson number 16. So again, what is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself? And then ask yourself why. And again, the why is because we will always come up with this thing at the top that says, oh, well, I went for a run, or I went for a jog, or I got a massage. But what was prompting those things? What made you need to go out and do those things? What was hurting on the inside that you had to go clear your mind? Because it's always good to clear our mind, right? We have to. That's how we keep our sanity. And then when we have the strength, though, we need to revisit that why. And we need to ask, what was prompting that and how can I fix it? How can I make it better for myself? So after I read the card, I will read you the thing I told you I found, which I think is perfect for today. I know this is a short perspective, guys. I'm really, really sorry. I was not prepared to start this early, but like I said, I have to be down the mountain a little bit earlier today. So here's the card with all the little dinos. No scorekeeping. I cut ties with past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenants, tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. So again, I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning, probably a little bit different. If you have something that is living rent-free in your head, it's time to kick it out. It's time to move it out. Kick it to the curb, throw it shit out the window, whatever you got to do, okay, to make yourself feel better. If you are going through things in your life that feel like they have been caused by a personal conflict, you have the choice of whether you want to make it work or not make it work. If you want to move past it and heal it, or keep going and keep facing it or running from it. When you run from it, it doesn't get fixed. When you face it and you start to deal with the feelings that come up with it, you start to heal yourself. You start to do everything that you need to do. Oh, good morning, Anya. Oh, she's so sweet. So my niece was getting ready in the bathroom and she heard my voice. So yay. I know I keep forgetting I'm an hour ahead of everybody. So, so yeah, when you are feeling these things, it's time to start healing. This card did not come up by accident. Okay, like I said, I only pulled 3 cards because we're doing 3 self-love lessons while I'm away from home. And this is the one that popped up for today. It's a good way to start the week. Facing your past conflicts and handling them and dealing with them. And remember, things may come in layers and it's not always going to be fun. But like I said, when you come out the other side, and you step back into that light from all that darkness that you've been in, it will feel good. And again, sometimes it is scary. Like I said, I'm not on this roller coaster ride anymore, but I'm having trouble getting out of the cart, right? Getting out of the vehicle, because it's been so familiar to me. Pain and this journey have been so familiar to me. The other night I was laying in bed and I journaled it into my phone because, of course, I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. I'll journal it. I've literally gotten 2 hours of sleep today. And then I was up for 3 hours and got 2 more hours of sleep. So I'm kind of not thinking. And when I'm in bed, I'm just like, I really don't want to get out of bed again. But I was thinking about my weight because every morning, so the way this condo is set up is older siblings over there, I'm over here. And over by her room, every morning that I come out of this door over here is a full length mirror. Which means, and I don't have any full length mirrors at home. Not because of my weight, but just because I'm not a big fan of mirrors. That's more of a superstitious thing. So it's not a weight thing. It's not a image thing. It is more of a superstitious thing. So I don't even have mirrors in my bedroom. But I had to see myself every day. And the first night we were here, we were sitting down and we were eating. And I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I just wanted to cry. I wanted to cry. And so that night when I was laying in bed, I was like, how did it get this bad? Now, I'm not going to shame anybody who's plus size because I'll be honest with you, strangely enough, it's at this weight that I finally found myself. So baby sibling said we're related. She for the same reasons I don't. She doesn't have mirrors in her room. Yeah, we're very special. So is Baby Bear. We're all pretty special in our own ways, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. But one of the reasons I guess I'm sharing this is because one of the things we struggle with self-love is, I mean, regardless of whether you're plus size, thick or thin, whether you're thick or thin, people have body dysmorphia. People have poor body images. I hated myself when I was skinny. I hated myself when I was fat. And as I looked in the mirror, I was reminded that, because I didn't want to sit there anymore. I was just like, oh my God, I got to move. But the older sibling was sitting on the other side of the table. So it's just kind of like, okay, I'll just stay here. But again, when I was laying in bed, I could hear my guides telling me, you need to start learning how to love yourself. So every time I pass that mirror, every time I walk out of the room, I just look at it and I say, I love you, to me. And it's really started to change my mindset. And I realized when I was laying in bed the other night that this is my pain. This is my anger. This is my journey. This is all emotional eating. Filling gaps and holes from places because I never, felt good enough. I never felt loved enough. And I don't mean by my family and friends. My family and friends love me enough. But by people that, just other people, when you want to be seen, when you want to be found attractive, and, you just feel like, well, nobody's going to like me because they're not going to see me. They're just going to see what they see on the outside and they're going to ignore me. And that's a hard thing to deal with because that's a society thing. That's when society tells us how to think, how to look, how to feel, what age we should have short hair at, when we should stop dyeing our hair. I like dyeing my hair. In fact, I've decided to stick with one color because my grays are just coming out now. I mean, I guess I'm just at that age where it's just, I didn't get lucky like my mother who only salt and pepper down the sides. I'm my father true through and through, and everything is starting to gray now. And I just decided, you know what? Instead of hating it, I'm just going to go with it and I'm going to start playing with the colors. I'm going to start doing things that I always wanted to do, but couldn't. When you have dark hair, it's hard to do fun colors because you have to go through like about 5 different bleaching sessions, which is definitely not good for your hair. So I guess long story short, one of the things that I've learned with these self-love lessons is that I have to hold myself accountable. And that's one of the reasons why I know I heard in my soul that when I see myself in that mirror, I have to remind myself that I love myself. Because again, I am with myself 24/7 every day of my life. There's no getting away from me. And I need to love me. I need to stop looking for validation outside. I need to stop, falling back into the habit of being a people pleaser. Because I was a terrible, terrible people pleaser. It wasn't about, anything I wanted. It was about what everybody else wanted. Even if it made me unhappy, even if I wanted to do something and then, just decided, well, it'll make them happy if they want to do this. So they'll do that. And, then you feel unheard and you feel unseen. It's okay to speak up. Even if your decision or your choice doesn't get picked out of the hat, you'll know that you added something. And you deserve that. You deserve to see you. You deserve to see this person in the mirror every day. Not just looking in the mirror to brush your teeth, brush your hair, put on your makeup, groom yourself, whatever it is that you do when you're in the mirror, and then doing everything you can to get away from it. You deserve to see the person in that mirror. Whether it's the crazy hair you might wake up with, or, the wild hair after you showered and you taken your hair out of the towel and it's just like boom, everywhere. You deserve to see you. And that's the point of these self-love lessons. And so, like I said, I am going through this along with all of you. And I am learning a lot of it as I go along. And again, this is the third time I've actually done this set of 30 self-love lessons. But it's the first time I'm getting anything out of it because I'm finally in a place where I can see my flaws and my faults. I can see where I have fallen short in loving myself. And I don't shame myself for it anymore. I just look and I think, okay, how can I fix this so I can love myself better? I know I need to get healthier. And again, I do my best to promote body positivity. I could be better at it because I'm more focused on the mental health aspect of it. But I think there should be body positivity at any size. But I need to get healthy because, like I said, I got this thing that I need to take care of. And I want to live a long time. And I realized that I was hanging on to the emotional eating because it was a safe thing. It was a safe space. It was something that was comfortable, like sitting in that little roller coaster vehicle and having trouble getting out of it. I don't know how I'm going to get out of that vehicle, but I know I have to because the ride's over. And I'm back at the station and I'm where I need to be. And I'm where I want to be in my life. I'm in the best mental headspace I have ever been in my entire life. And I want to make the second half of this journey that I'm on, this life journey, the second half of my life, I want to make it worthwhile for myself. I want all the things everybody wants when they're 30 years younger than I am. I want to fall in love. I want to find the one. I want to do whatever comes along with that relationship, make the decisions together, and not just feel like I'm just along for their ride. To find someone that respects me as much as I respect them, that puts in as much work as I put in. I want to develop better relationships with my family and friends because over the last year, I have been so mentally stuck that I've fallen by the wayside in maintaining those relationships. And, I am a little ashamed of it, but I needed to put myself first. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be talking to you right now and saying I'm right where I need to be. And this is what I fought for. This is what self-love did for me. And even though I am still learning these lessons along with you, I know that I had to have some level of self-love to face the shit I had to face in my heart, body, mind, and soul to get where I am right now. And to be able to clearly say to you without wanting to backpedal and say, no, I shouldn't be saying this. I'm not ready to say this. But being in a position right now where I'm able to tell you that I am in the best mental headspace I've ever been in. Oh, special guest appearance again. And guess what? She's going to come back the other way. Older sibling is on the phone for a locksmith. So, issues. But anyways, she is distracting this morning. So, all right, I'm going to read this tell yourself this thing. And then I'm going to let everybody go, okay? So tell yourself, everything will work out. Things will get better. You are important. You are worthy of great things. You are lovable. The time is now. This too shall pass. You can be who you really are. The best is yet to come. Oh, that's going to make me cry. I've got the feels on that one. You are strong and you can do this. And what this says right here, we believe what we tell ourselves. So again, when it comes to this card about keeping score, don't keep score anymore. Don't let the negative thoughts live rent-free in your head. Replace it with beautiful thoughts. Because like I said, when I saw myself in that mirror the very first night when we were having dinner, I thought, oh, yikes. And then I remembered our meat case, that's all it is. It's a meat case. What matters is what's in here. What changes us on the outside is what's in here and in here. And the more negatively I spoke about myself, the more I heard it, the more it processed in here, and the more I saw it. And so, like I said, I was reminded to tell myself that every time I pass a mirror, just say, I love you. And it's been helping. It's making me emotional because it's been helping. And I'm starting to see me again, regardless of what the outside me case looks like. So I'm going to read this one more time, then I'm going to let you go. So again, we believe what we tell ourselves. So tell yourself positive things. Even if it's hard to believe at the beginning, just keep going. Just keep going. Because eventually it's going to click in your head and you're going to start to feel it and you're going to start to see it. All right. So tell yourself, everything will work out. Things will get better. You are important. You are worthy of great things. You are lovable. The time is now. This too shall pass. You can be who you really are. The best is yet to come. You are strong and you can do this. All right. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. I apologize for the background noises and distractions today. Tomorrow will be much different. Tomorrow will be self-love lesson number 17. I'll be back here tomorrow for real, for sure. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever it is. 8:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Facebook Live. All lives are public. Anybody can watch. You can see it under Shelly Marie Lucas. Shelly Marie is one word. What do I always say when I say that? Get it right or my mother will come and haunt you. So have a beautiful day as well, baby bear. And I love you too. Thank you for popping on today. Or you can catch the replay on the Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas on YouTube. And I do have a Facebook page, the Aloha Perspective, where I also share this too. Okay. So again, tomorrow is self-love lesson number 17. Remember, ask yourself the question, what is the most loving thing you've ever done for yourself and why? All right. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for watching.